The original printing of Rock Hydra was pretty on the nose about what it was trying to accomplish. Rock Hydra is a 0/0 creature that costs X and 2 red mana. When it enters, you put X +1/+1 counters on it.
These represent the heads of the Hydra. It says heads, in case you didn't get that.
Each point of damage that Rock Hydra suffers destroys one head unless a red mana is spent to prevent the removal of a +1/+1 counter. These represent the heads of the Hydra. It says heads, in case you didn't get that. During your upkeep, new heads may be grown for 3 red mana apiece. This card is really fucking funny. So yeah, mechanically this is pretty interesting, but not what you would call all that impressive. Gasp. I can't believe that's an opinion I have about a creature card from Alpha. It's interesting and it sucks. How could I have so many thought-provoking and deep opinions? I don't understand why anyone watches me. Anyway, Rock Hydra is pretty fucking cool. It's a card that scales with the state of the game. If you draw it early, you can put out a bad 1/1 for 3 mana, or if you top deck it late, you can put out a bad 7/7 for 9 mana. The world is your oyster when you rock the Hydra. Like many of the designs in Alpha, Hydra has many cards that are influenced by it. They're all just Hydras. And they pop up in Magic sets from time to time, and for the most part, they are usually a creature with at least 1 X in their mana cost that adjusts their power and toughness based on how much mana you put into them. From a flavor standpoint, these are really cool. It's really funny that they explain the joke in the rules text by just putting the word heads in parentheses, but I don't think it was the wrong approach in the situation. They don't do stuff like that anymore, but I do think the game was more magical and definitely more funny when they did. It's also worth noting that it's kinda hard to justify dumping all your mana into something like this when Blue Elemental Blast and Terror are just looking for an excuse to ruin your day. But at low power, stuff like this isn't bad. Hydras tend to be pretty okay in Limited, just off the back of their versatility, but like any Limited, it of course depends on the cards around them to determine how useful they are. If there's a lot of really good removal, it might not be good, but I like Rock Hydra. I think it's really funny, and it always brings me a smile when I see one when doing research or when going through my cards, but I don't think I've ever actually cast one. Hopefully that changes one day, but who's to say? Well, I guess I'm to say, since I'm the one that controls what cards I play with, at least in some situations. So, there sure is a whole lot of waxing philosophical bullshit in this script. Heads. I don't know what else to say about Rock Hydra. The entirety of my thought process on this card is just heads. I already said it's funny. I already said stuff like this can be okay in Limited, and it's interesting because of the variable mana cost and the strength, and it's just... I guess I already said it's not really that good. I guess I could clutch my pearls for a moment at the thought of paying 3 red mana to make new heads. That seems overcosted, but I do appreciate the tension that applies to the card. It makes you hesitate to put it down early because for every mana you hold out on before casting it, it's bigger for less mana. Whoosh. Yeah, okay, I'm wasting your time now. Let's talk about the art. This was illustrated by Jeff A. Menges, and I really dig the art. This is as classic art comes on a Magic card, and it's really fucking cool. I love the little Heracles-inspired dude as it gives excellent scale to the Hydra, and I also really like Jeff's style for this card specifically. I think it's super fucking cool, and while I certainly wouldn't call this card or art super iconic, it is really well done. I don't know, I just like looking at this one. This card was printed up until Revised Edition, and it made it into Magic 30 and onto Magic Online for some reason, but that's really all there is to say about this specific card. It's an idea that's been developed and continues to see some level of use once in a while, and yeah, that's all I got. Sorry. I really like Rock Hydra. I don't know what else to say about it. If you liked the video, you can like the video. You can subscribe if you give a shit. But either way, I hope you have a magical day. Thank you for watching.